An old man was standing by the road looking at his phone, completely unaware he had become a thieves' target. The man purposely walked toward him and pretended to bump into him by accident. The moment he helped the old man back up, he smoothly stole his wallet. But what he did not know was that the old man was actually a legendary hunter. After taking the cash, Gabri casually tossed the wallet into a roadside trash can. But the moment he looked up, he saw a police officer standing right in front of him. As a professional thief, dealing with cops was nothing new to him. While the officer was caught off guard, Gabri suddenly swung his hand up, knocking the cop's hat to the ground, then instantly took off running. Using years of experience escaping pursuit, he easily lost the police. Afterward, he arrived outside a tall office building. Through the glass window, he saw his grandmother getting scolded by her boss. Gabri felt angry and guilty. He wanted to escape his current life as soon as possible and give his grandmother a better future. That was the reason he became a thief. Using the $40 he had stolen, he treated his grandmother to lunch. At that moment, Gabri reached into his pocket and realized his lucky coin was gone. In its place was a mysterious card with a warning message printed on the front and a time and address written on the back. Gabri instinctively glanced around at the crowd but noticed nothing unusual. Clearly someone had targeted him. He just did not understand why. Following the time and address on the card, he arrived at a remote abandoned place. Two brothers had also come there, and by coincidence, they had received the same warning cards. But aside from them, the place was completely empty. What exactly was the person behind this trying to do? Soon, the group followed a narrow trail into the woods. Not long after entering, they realized their phone signals had suddenly disappeared. Then the sound of branches snapping came from nearby. Gabri carefully studied the surroundings and suddenly remembered the map on his phone screen. In an instant, he figured it out. The entire forest was actually a carefully designed maze.
This whole wood's a maze.
Yeah, right, it's a maze.
It's not a trap. It's a test.
Come on, I know where to go.
Not long later, a massive wall appeared in front of them, but a tightly sealed gate blocked their path. Just then, a girl appeared behind them. She had also come because of the warning card. The girl walked up to the gate and pulled out a key-shaped pendant and inserted it into the lock. After turning it a few times, she realized the lock was fake. The real mechanism to open the gate had to be hidden nearby. After taking a closer look, the man realized something was unusual about where the statue was pointing. Following the direction of its finger, the girl noticed a brick in the wall whose color was clearly different from the others. She pressed the brick firmly, and the sealed gate immediately swung open. After stepping through the gate, the group arrived at the edge of a lake. To their surprise, a small boat was already waiting at the dock. The appearance of all four of them caught the boatman's attention. Soon, they boarded the boat and headed toward an isolated island far from the outside world. On the island stood one of the oldest schools in the world and the most elite academy for master con artists. The headmaster, Peter, personally welcomed the new students. Gabri instantly recognized Peter as the old man whose wallet he had stolen, and the man standing beside him was the same police officer who had chased him. Only then did Gabri realize that everything had been part of Peter's carefully designed entrance test. Peter officially invited all four of them to join the academy, but from this moment on, they would have to hide their true identities. Even from family and close friends, they could never reveal who they really were, because the academy's enemies were extremely dangerous. If their identities were exposed, their families could face deadly consequences. Gabri refused Peter's invitation because he could not leave behind his grandmother living alone. He had only come here to get back his lucky coin. Peter was deeply disappointed, but returned the coin to him and warned him that the forest became dangerous after dark. If he wanted to leave, he would have to wait until sunrise. Peter hoped one night would be enough to change his mind, but Gabri remained completely determined. The next day, the academy began a competition called the Map Cup. The winner's name would be engraved on a silver trophy. The first event was an archery challenge designed for new students. Each student had to shoot arrows marked with their own name at an ancient oak tree. Whoever landed closest to the center would win. Each person had only 2 chances. Peter's daughter Lope was also one of the new students, and both of her arrows landed close to the center. Gabri missed the target completely with both shots. Olga had never used a bow before, yet managed to shoot near the bullseye. Beside them, Edgar was feeling intense pressure. He had spent 5 years preparing for this competition. He raised his bow and pulled back the arrow, but his aim was not toward the target. It was aimed directly at Olga. The moment Amir saw what was happening, she rushed out from the crowd and shoved Edgar hard, but the arrow had already been released. It flew past Olga's face and barely missed her cheek.